I have been using the Apple AirPods 4 for 5 months, and I think they're better than the AirPods Pro 2, but they have two flaws. Apple sent me the AirPods 4 when they were launched last September, and I have been using them since then. Before then, my go-to headphones were the AirPods Pro 2. I love the noise cancellation on the AirPods Pro 2, and they have a long battery life. They obviously work perfectly with Apple products, so your iPhone, your Mac, they kind of switch between the two of them perfectly. And obviously they're pretty small as well, so they kind of fit in the ear. I love the passive noise isolation on the AirPods Pro 2. Because of that, I've been using it pretty much constantly before the AirPods 4 arrived. But since then, I've found myself reaching for the AirPods 4 more and more often. One of the reasons is the open ear design, which means that as opposed to blocking the ears, the ear canals, the AirPods 4 kind of sit in the ear canal but lets air in, which means that you can wear them for longer and they don't feel like that claustrophobic either. They do have ANC, so I got the ANC model, which is great. Obviously, it blocks some of the noise that's coming from outside. And it's quite easy to wear. Active noise cancellation performance is good. You got the transparency mode as well. You got some of the touch controls, which the AirPods do really well as well. And again, it's much smaller. Even the charging case is smaller, but the AirPods themselves are smaller than the AirPods Pro 2. Because of that, I've been using these a lot at home or in the office as a go-to pair of headphones. But there are two things that kind of bother me about the AirPods 4. One of them being the battery life. The ANC model can only go for 4 hours with ANC on, which is pretty much half the time of a modern ANC-enabled pair of headphones. Again, Apple is not famous for providing long battery life for their products, especially Apple Watches. They still only have 18 hours of battery life. So I guess I'm not surprised that the AirPods 4 have a shorter battery life. Even with that, I would expect it to have like at least 6 hours of battery life. On a more positive note, there is a quick charge function. So popping them back in the case for 5 minutes gives you roughly an hour of extra listening time. So whenever you find yourself that like, oh, I'm running out of battery, obviously you can just pop them back in the charging case and you get a little bit extra time. But obviously even with that, they won't be able to go for like a full work day in the office, which is a bit of a hindrance. And the other thing is, it's actually kind of both good and bad, is the open ear design. So whenever I travel, whenever I go on a train, whenever I go on a plane, for example, I will always bring the AirPods Pro 2 because it seals me off from the outside, because it has passive noise cancellation and ANC just amazing and out of this world. And the ANC on this one is fine in the office environment. And I guess if you don't mind hearing some of the outside world, but it's obviously not on par with the AirPods Pro 2. I guess for me, who like to get away from the outside world occasionally, I need the AirPods Pro 2 for that one. And I guess the AirPods 4 is for those times when I want to be aware of the outside world, but also want to listen to my music. So, you know, you kind of win some and lose some with the AirPods 4. But again, for like everyday sort of scenarios, I think they're one of the best options for iPhone users right now.